Hey guys, ExxotikGaming here. Hope you're all having a great day. I've made lots of top 10 mobile games videos recently, but one thing I didn't really focus on too much is offline games. A lot of people still don't have a stable internet connection, and they need games that can be played both online and offline, so whenever they do have a power outage, they can still have fun. So in this video, I've got a list of 10 awesome mobile FPS games worth downloading that can be played entirely offline. These games are good enough, I would play them over many online games, and that's saying a lot, considering I do have good internet connection. So yes, even if you have good internet, you're gonna really enjoy these games. I really hope you guys do enjoy this one. Please leave a like if you do, and if you would like more offline mobile gaming videos like this in the future, subscribe for more mobile gaming content, and let's jump into the list. Getting things started with game number one, this video wouldn't be complete without the fan favorite offline mobile FPS game right now, Special Forces Group 3. I've talked about this game many times before. I'm sure you knew it was going to be on this list, but this is easily one of the best offline games right now because it's basically a better version of the already great game Special Forces Group 2, a game that left a massive mark on the mobile gaming space quite a few years ago when it first came out. Special Forces Group 3 is a game that sort of encompasses everything. It's got a lot of different game modes, a ridiculous amount of maps. I mean, this is just insane. Take a look at them. A good amount of weapons in the game, and pretty decent gameplay mechanics. Like, not top-tier gameplay mechanics, but they're good enough for most mobile gamers. The focus for this game is to run really well on lower-end devices, so you're not going to have incredible AAA graphics like you would have in Call of Duty Mobile or Arena Breakout, but that's okay. Not everybody has a powerful phone, and at least we can have games like this so we can still play games on our phones and have some fun. I also like how you can play this game both online and offline, so you can practice offline with high-level bots, and then you can put your skills to the test online with real people. It's a really fun game that you should definitely check out. Moving along to the second game, something that you might have overlooked in the whole offline gaming sphere is Combat Master Mobile. Now hold on, Combat Master offline? No, it's not. Well, actually, it is to a certain extent. If you open up the game without an internet connection turned on, you can play it just like normal. It will just match you in a bunch of servers with bots rather than real players. And let me tell you guys something, these bots are tough. It is really difficult to get a good kill streak against these guys because they're just laser accurate. So good that you don't even really feel like you're going up against bots, and that's not something that you can normally say about these offline games. Most games, you can really easily tell what's a bot and what's not a bot, but not Combat Master. This game is just so freaking crazy chaotic by default, you're not going to worry about minute differences between the players. So yes, while I can say this might not be a game for absolutely everybody, this certainly is one of the first games that I would recommend if you're looking for a good offline game. I personally love all the different game modes and the maps that this game has, especially Battle Royale. I love all the different weapons, weapon customization, and so much more. This game is awesome. Another game that's awesome that I would highly recommend checking out is Brutal Strike. I've also talked about this game quite a lot recently, and who can blame me? This is a fantastic game, especially for the overall size of it on your phone. When you first download Brutal Strike, it is a tiny game, taking up basically no space on your device, and the whole unique idea behind the game is that people are able to create their own content in the game. Sort of like creative mode in Fortnite or PUBG Mobile, but like on steroids. Creative mode is the whole center point of this game. When you start scrolling through the server list, you'll find a whole host of different games, from Battle Royale to Apex Legends to Battlefield Mobile, racing games, Modern Warfare Mobile, and so much more. That's what I like about this game so much. There's infinite creativity here, and that's not something that you find with most games nowadays. Obviously, if you start playing all the different game modes out there, it'll start to download resources to your device, and the game will get pretty large in size, but I still think this is one of the ultimate FPS games for low-end devices right now. It sort of has that Counter-Strike feel to it for sure, but it's just so much more than that. It's awesome. Pushing forward to the fourth game, this is something that I don't think I've ever talked about before, Alien Isolation. This game costs a bit of money, but I think it's worth it. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos on this game, and it actually seems so much better than I originally thought. If you've never heard of this game before, Alien Isolation is a survival horror game based on the sci-fi film franchise Alien. I never watched the Alien franchise before, but I always remember as a little kid when I would see it on our DVD playlist, my parents would always warn me to not watch it because I would probably get nightmares, so it's probably really scary. You play as Amanda Ripley, the daughter of Ellen Ripley, who is searching for clues about her mother's disappearance on a space station infested by a deadly alien creature. You must use stealth, crafting, and your wits to evade the alien and other threats while exploring the station and uncovering its secrets. The mobile version includes all 7 DLCs from the console and PC version of the game, and overall, it just seems like a really solid game. You don't really have these story-based single-player games much anymore for mobile devices. It's a nice, refreshing change from the games that we have nowadays. Speaking of games that we have nowadays, you know Warzone Mobile, right? Or Modern Warfare 2? Did you know that there is a mobile game designed for low-end devices that really does feel like a budget version of Modern Warfare Mobile? Now you do! This game is called Carnage Wars, and it's the 5th game on our list. You can play this game both online and offline, and you can still have a lot of fun playing it offline with bots. To be fair, this game is still pretty clunky, but it's probably one of the most optimized games on this entire list. You can play this on a $50 phone, no problem whatsoever. I literally made a video on this game not too long ago where I played this on a budget device and screen recorded on my phone at the same time with no issues whatsoever. This game has come a really long way. Carnage Wars is kind of a cross between Call of Duty and Battlefield. It's got that signature Call of Duty tactical sprints, gameplay more similar to a Call of Duty game, but some of the maps are these big wide-scale multiplayer maps with helicopters and tanks, just like a Battlefield game. I truly think if more people were to play this game and the developer gets more and more support, it has a shot of being one of the best games on this entire list by the end of the year. Check it out and let me know in the comments what you guys think. The 6th game on our list is none other than Recurrence Co-op. You've probably heard of the game Ready or Not, right? That super tactical game where your team's whole goal is to infiltrate the building and rescue the hostage from the enemies. Well, there is a mobile game just like that. A budget-friendly game that has surprisingly good mechanics, good enough graphics, and is quite difficult just like the real Ready or Not. I've always really liked this game, and if you can't play Rainbow Six Mobile or Arena Breakout or some of these other super tactical games, you should definitely consider this one. You have to enter a suburban house, an alleyway, or maybe a hospital. It can be daytime or nighttime, and you have to use all of your resources correctly if you want to succeed. You have a flashlight, night vision goggles, flashbangs, grenades, and only a limited amount of ammo in each mission. You can't just spray and pray because you will run out of ammo, and then you're pretty much screwed. Sometimes you need to use your shotgun, and other times you need to use your rifle with a bigger scope. And let me tell you, you need to be super cautious because these enemies are laser accurate. They will literally spot you from a mile away and kill you before you ever even see them. So be careful. Another game that you should absolutely consider trying out at least once is Cover Fire, the 7th game on our list. Cover Fire is a surprisingly good offline mission-based game for both iOS and Android devices. It's been around for years, and chances are you've probably heard of it before, considering it has over 100 million downloads. However, you probably didn't know this game has continued to get regular updates from its developers into 2024, which isn't all too common with a lot of these offline games. It's got a pretty decent campaign story spread out over many different chapters where you can battle right on the ground floor against people and machines. You can be a sniper from up on top of the rooftops, you can drive vehicles, and then you can shoot from the gunner's position in a helicopter. There's a lot of stuff that you will do in the campaign, and what separates this game from other offline story-based games is the fact that this game actually feels complete. Other games feel super clunky and like they're still in a perpetual beta state, but not this game. The game mechanics and the graphics are great, it's pretty optimized for low-end devices, has even more game modes like Zombies mode for instance, has many different characters all with their own unique special abilities, and so much more. This game has everything and is totally worth checking out. The 8th game on our list is another one that I am sure you expected because I'm always freaking talking about this game and I have it on so many of my lists, Polyfield. Polyfield hasn't gotten any recent updates, and it's entirely possible the developer stopped working on it, but I still really like the game, and I think it's very much worth playing. The game is basically a low-poly version of Battlefield, and the nice thing is, it's actually both an online and an offline game. Polyfield is set in the World War II era, so you get to use all those cool World War II weapons, and it has surprisingly good gameplay mechanics. Like, you look at my gameplay and think it's just some dumb, goofy game, but no, this is actually good, and I know this because I've played like a billion different mobile games over the years, over the past like 10 years, okay? Just like with Brutal Strike, you can actually build your own scenarios and maps in this game, and then you can put them up for people to download. So you can literally play any custom match that you want. Like, do you want to create a custom map based off of the most recent war that's happening right now in the world with 128 players, but also make it tiny and cramped with apartment buildings so you can have like the craziest fights ever? You can, and it's awesome. Now, obviously, you're going to need internet to download any of these custom maps, but then you can switch to offline and play to your heart's content. This is a really underrated game. Getting close to the end, the 9th game on our list is Rise of Demons. I've talked about this game a few times in the past, and it's certainly been a while since the last time, but I still think this game is awesome. It has excellent graphics and is 100% worth checking out still. It really is a shame the developer stopped working on this game. Literally, the last update that it received was all the way back in 2022, and I seriously think this game could do really well if it's revived. My best description of this game is it's essentially like Doom, but for mobile devices. I personally think this game has always really stood out with its graphic style and pretty decent gory effects, awesome looking monsters that all have their own unique attacks, several different maps to keep things fresh, a progressively more difficult set of stages as you play more and more, a wide variety of different weapons that you can unlock over time, unique skills and special abilities that you can unlock as well, and so much more. It really feels satisfying when you're playing this game, and even though this game isn't perfect, it really is one of the better offline FPS games for mobile devices right now, and I would highly recommend giving it a shot. It's perfectly fine if it's not for you, but just try it out first before you write this one off. Before we get to our last game, I have one bonus game, Pixel Gun 3D. I know, I always talk about this game, but Pixel Gun 3D actually has a decent amount of good offline mini games that will keep you very much entertained for a good amount of time. Don't immediately disregard this game because it looks like Minecraft with guns. I've been playing this game for over 10 years at this point, and even though there have been a lot of highs and lows over the years, I have always really enjoyed it. And last but not least, probably the best game on this list is something I've talked about countless times before, but really is a must-play game at this point, Bright Memory Mobile. Bright Memory Mobile looks like a full-on console quality game, but for mobile devices. It has some of the best graphics in any mobile game ever made, and that includes AAA multiplayer games we all know so well. This game does cost a bit of money, and truth be told, the story is really short. Like, you'll basically finish the entire game in 30 minutes, and it's not even a complete game, but it's really freaking cool, dude. I made a video playing through the entire game not too long ago, so if you don't want to spend any money on this game, you might want to watch my video at least. I'll link it down below in the description. This game is created by one single person, not a whole big development team, and its story depicts the maiden adventure of a woman named Sheila in the year 2020. It combines a lot of different game genres into one smooth game, and you're immediately dropped into the action, switching from using your guns to your swords, battling massive monsters with crazy attacks, and it's just awesome. Bright Memory Mobile really feels like a console quality game, and this is exactly the reason why I love mobile gaming so much. It absolutely deserves to be on this list. And with that being said, those were 10 offline games, technically, plus a bonus game, Pixel Gun 3D, that I think are absolutely worth playing in 2024. You should always have some of these games on your phone just in case your internet goes down. You never want to have no games on your phone. That is never a good thing, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more mobile gaming content just like this, and I will see you all in the next episode.